I'm Dr. James Patterson. Over the next few minutes, I'd like to talk to you about outlining. The World English Dictionary defines an outline as a schematic plan that gives the important features. In our case, for an English composition class, an outline is a schematic plan that gives the important features of an essay, a term paper, or a book. As I have prepared to make this short video on outlining, I've come to understand through my research that we're talking really about two separate concepts when we're talking about outlining. In the first case, we use outlining as a sequence of our ideas when we're preparing to write an essay, to write a term paper, or to write a book. But at the same time, when we're talking about sequencing ideas, we're also talking about the format of that sequence of ideas. Obviously, if we're going to be organizing our ideas, we need to have ideas, plural. I begin by brainstorming a list of my ideas, and then I create a map or cluster or idea web to show the relationships between my ideas. Now I have my ideas, but we also need motivation to organize our ideas. Now that motivation may be an internal desire, or it might be an external assignment from a professor. In this video, I have to talk about something first. I have to talk about something last. And I need to sequence my ideas in the middle of the video. Sequencing simply means deciding what you're going to talk about first, what you're going to talk about second, what you're going to talk about third, what you're going to talk about fourth, etc., etc. I have sequenced my ideas. Do I have an outline? No. An outline is two things. It's a sequence of our ideas in a specific format. So let's look at formatting. An outline format works in two directions. From the top of the page to the bottom of the page, we list our ideas in the sequence we intend to follow. From the left margin to the right, we start with the general ideas. Then we indent to a second or third level to move from the general to the specific. Each level, left to right, indicates a degree of greater specificity or detail. Here is an example. In this short video, I want to talk about sequencing ideas and formatting the outline. That gives me two main points, Roman numeral 1 and Roman numeral 2. But when I talked about sequencing, I talked about generating ideas, clustering or mapping those ideas, and then deciding on the sequence of those ideas. The first level of ideas is indicated with Roman numerals. The next level, which is the first level of subdivision, is indicated with capital letters. Let me make an observation at this point. When we're talking about outlining, we're talking about sequencing our ideas, plural. We're also talking about levels of specificity, again, plural. When outlining, we never want to have a 1 without a 2. We never want to have an A without a B. Please note also that I have not included the introduction or conclusion in my outline. Every essay, term paper, or book has an introduction. Every essay, term paper, or book has a conclusion. We do not need to include them in our outline. We create an outline for the body of the essay, the term paper, or the book. In this video, we've looked at outlining. We've talked about sequencing our ideas, and we've talked about formatting that sequence. Once we have mastered outlining, we can really outline in two different directions. As we've seen here, we can create an outline in preparation for writing an essay, a term paper, or a book. But we can also outline from a published text. Our instructor may assign us to read a chapter in a textbook. Could be art history textbook, could be a political science textbook. We read the chapter and create an outline from that chapter. It proves and demonstrates to the instructor that we've read and understood the text. And to the extent that the author of the textbook or article has outlined his or her work, we should be able then to create a competent outline from the text.